Let's take another problem based on the equilibrium. So problem based on equilibrium. Basically, we are emphasizing more in the problem of equilibrium because the chances of such kind of problems in a GATE examination will be more. So let's take a problem based on the equilibrium. So three cables are joined at a junction of ring C as shown in figure, and the one cable is attached with the 30 kg mass as shown in figure. This one is the ring, this one is the ring, and this ring is attached with the three cables, and these cables, two cables are attached here. Suppose this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this one is the pulley, and suppose this one is at D. So if we talk about this angle, let's take this angle is 45 degree, and this angle is 30 degree, and this angle with the horizontal is 15 degree. So now we are interested in tension in cable. So our objective find tension in cable AC and BC. So if we look this problem, so we can say that the whole thing is in rest, so it is in equilibrium. So we can solve with the help of conditions of equilibrium easily. So first step in solving the problems based on equilibrium is free body diagram. Free body diagram of ring. So if we draw the free body diagram for this ring, then we can say that this, suppose this point is O, here we are having the point A here, here we are having the point B, and similarly we are having the point here, suppose D. And we know this angle, that is nothing but 15 degree, and this angle, these angles we are knowing here, this is 45 degree, so this angle will is 90, so this will be 45. Similarly, this angle is 30 degree, this angle is 90, so this angle will be 60 degree. So by this way we can easily find the angle between these two. Suppose tension in the string, this is sub AC. AC is T1 and tension in the string BC is T2. So I am drawing the force diagram and it will be more clear. Force diagram. So force diagram is showing tension T1 which is in string AC, tension T2 which is in string BC, and in CD we can say that the tension will be equivalent to load because the continuous string is there. So load will be here 30 is mass into 9.81. This will be the tension in this string. We can say that DC. So now we are having a T1, T2, these two unknowns, and we know the angle between these two. This is 45 degree and this one is 60 degree. So we can easily find out the angle between other two forces. So this 45 plus 15, it is 60. So remaining will be 120. If we talk about the 180-degree angle here. Similarly, the angle between these two is 60 plus 40, that is 105 degree. And angle between here, this angle will be 120. So this full angle will be 120 plus 13, 135 degree. So now we are having all the angles between the forces. This one is 120 degree, here it is 135 degree, and here it is 105 degree. So we can easily apply the conditions of equilibrium here. But if we use the special case like the Lami's theorem, then we can easily find out the value of unknown. So we can apply Lewis theorem for coplanar concurrent system of forces. So according to the Lewis theorem, T1 divided by sine of the angle between opposite two forces is nothing but 135 degree 135 degree equals to T2 sine of the angle between opposite two forces, that is sine 120 degree, and 30 into 9.81 divided by sine of the angle between opposite two forces, that is sine 105 degree. So by equating these two equations, we can find out value of t. That is t1 equals to 30 into 9.81 divided by sine of 105 degree into sine of 135 degree. And if we put the values of sine 135 and sine 105 degree, so we will get the 215.44 Newton. Similarly, if we equate these two equations, we can easily get the value of T2. It's nothing but 30 into 9.81 divided by sine of 105 degree into sine of 120 degree. So we can get the value of 263.86 Newton. So by this way we can easily find out the value of tension in AC and BC, that is nothing but the value of T1 and T2 respectively. Let's take a problem based on beam. So in which we are interested in finding the reaction at the support. So let's take an cantilever beam. As we know, the cantilever beam is a beam where the one end is free and other end is fixed. So it is fixed at a point at A, and here we are having a bracket kind of structure, and this bracket we are applying the force of 1.2 kilonewton, and on the free end we are applying a load of 2 kilonewton, like that, and here 1.2 kilonewton, and also we are applying a moment of 500 Newton meter. And if we talk about the distance it is 1.5 meter here, and from this point to this point it is around 0.5 meter. And if we talk about this angle, it will be a 70 degree, and the distance between these two, from here to here, the distance will be around 0.3 meter. 0.3 meter. So now for this inclination, they are not directly giving the value, they are giving the value in terms of triangle. This is 3 by 4. So now this triangle is like that, 3 by 4, and suppose this angle is theta. So we can easily find out this theta, like theta equals to tan inverse of 3 by 4. So it will come around 36.87 degrees. So by this way we can easily find out the angles. And now our main objective is find reaction at A. So we have already discussed in theory there are various kinds of beam, and if suppose we are considering the cantilever beam, so this A is the fixed joint, and with the fixed joint there will be horizontal reaction, vertical reaction, and movement. So we are interested in RAX, RAY, and as well as the movement. So we have to find these three unknowns. So there are three unknowns. So basically we have to use all the three equations of equilibrium. That is algebraic summation of moments of all the forces should be 0. Um, algebraic summation of all the horizontal forces should be 0. Algebraic summation of all the vertical forces should be 0. So let's start with the first condition. Algebraic summation of all the horizontal forces should be 0. So in that case we have to find out the horizontal forces, and we have to equate it 0. But before going these things, we have to mark the reactions in horizontal direction, that is nothing but RAX. Mark the reaction at the vertical direction, that is nothing but RAY. And mark the moment, that is nothing but M. So these are the reactions at the fixed support we have to find out. So on applying the condition number 1, algebraic summation of all the horizontal forces should be 0. So first we will show our sign convention, that is positive x is positive, negative x is negative, positive y is positive and negative y is negative. So now we have to apply the conditions of equilibrium. So RAX, that is in positive direction, so plus the component of 2 kilonewton in the horizontal direction, that is nothing but 2 cos 70 because angle is 70 and it will act in the positive direction, so that is plus. Similarly, the component of 1.2 kilonewton, it will again in the same direction, positive 36.87, because this angle we are having, that is 36.87 degree. So the component will be in the positive direction. So we can write this thing as positive and it should be 0. So if we see that RAX, then it will be minus 2 into cos 70 plus 1 minus 1.2 into cos 36.87. So RAX, and if we see the multiplication of 2 into cos 70, then it will come around 0.68, and if we see the multiplication of 1.2 with cos 36.87, so it will come around 0.96. So if we sum up 0.96 with 0.68, so our value will come around 1.64 negative. And unit will be kilonewton because we are taking all the forces in kilonewton. Negative sign shows the direction of RAX will be in negative x direction. Similarly, we can apply the condition number 2, algebraic summation of all the vertical forces, or we can say that the forces along y direction will be 0. So in y direction we are having plus RAY, plus sign because it is acting in vertically upward direction. Similarly, the 2 kilonewton component, it is in vertically upward direction, that is 2 sine 70 positive and 1.2 sine 36.87 in downward, that is negative, equals to 0. So RAY will be 1.2 sine 36.87 minus 2 sine 70. And if we solve it, RAY equals to, and if we multiply 1.2 with sine 36.87, then we will get 0.72. Similarly, if we multiply 2 with sine 70, we will get the value 1.88, and if we solve it, then we will get a value of 1.16, and again it is coming in negative direction. So kilonewton, negative direction means it will act in vertically downward direction, means in negative y direction. So by this way we can calculate the two things, RAX and RAY we can easily calculate by this way. By the condition number 3, algebraic summation of moments of all the force about A should be 0. And if you see at A point there will be RAX and RAY, but the line of action is passing through the same point. So moment at A due to RAX and due to RAY it will be 0, and there is a moment called M, and it is acting in a vertically it is acting in a anti-clockwise direction. So according to our sign convention we can consider this moment as negative moment, and then the moment due to this 2 kilonewton, there will be a 2 component. So 2 kilonewton, 2 into cos 70, which is in horizontal direction, so perpendicular distance will be 0. And similarly, there will be other component like 2 sin 70, and the perpendicular distance is 1.5 plus 0.5, that will be 2. And the direction is the anti-clockwise direction, so again it is negative. Similarly, due to the 1.2 kilonewton, there will be a 2 component, 1.2 cos 36.87, and the perpendicular distance between these two is 0.3. And if we see the nature of this moment, then it will be in anti-clockwise direction, so it is negative. Similarly, for other component, that is 1.2 sine 36.87, the perpendicular distance is 1.5 and nature is in clockwise direction, so it is positive. And we are having one more moment, that is 500 Newton meter, that is in clockwise direction, but we are taking the force in kilonewton, so it will be 0.5 Newton. So 0.5 Newton meter, and it is acting in a clockwise direction, so it will be positive. So again we can cross check it. Due to Rax and Ray, the moment at A will be 0 because the perpendicular distance is 0. We already assume some movement in the anti-clockwise direction, that's why we are taking minus m. The component of 2 kilonewton, there will be two component, 2 cos 70 and 2 sin 70. If we talk about 2 cos 70, then perpendicular distance is 0. If we talk about 2 sin 70, the perpendicular distance will be 2. But the direction of movement will be in anti-clockwise direction, that's why it is negative. Here for 1.2 kilonewton force, there are two components. One is cos component and sine component. Due to the cos component, perpendicular distance is 0.3 meter, and again the nature is in anti-clockwise direction, so negative. Due to the sine component, the perpendicular distance is 1.5, but it is in clockwise direction, so positive. And 0.5 kilonewton meter moment, it is in anti-clockwise direction, so again positive. So now we can easily calculate the m plus 0. Now we have to calculate 2 sin 70 into 2. So 2 sin 70 into 2, if we calculate it, then it will come around 3.76. Similarly, for 1.2 into cos 36.87 into 0.3, it will come around 0.29. And similarly, for 1.2 into sine 36.87 into 1.5, it will come around 1.08, positive 1.08. And for this moment, it is coming 0.5. So now we are having m equals to 3.76 plus 0.29 minus 1.08 minus 0.5. So m will be, we calculate 3.76 plus 0.29 minus 1.08 minus 0.5. So it will come around 2.47. So it is coming positive. So this will be the moment here, that is in kilonewton meter. So by this way we can calculate the moment by applying the condition number 3. So with the help of these conditions of equilibrium, we can calculate each and every moment. And this problem I am considering in a different way. So we can take another problem. The same problem, but I am considering in a different way. In earlier, I am not considering the width, but now I am considering the width also. Suppose there is a cantilever beam, and here I will show the width also. This is the depth of the beam, and suppose this one is point A, and here we are interested in find Rax, Ray, and moment. So we are interested in three things here, similar to the previous problem, but here I am considering the depth. And now I am putting the load by this way. Here I am putting the load. This is 2 kilonewton, and which is making an angle 70 degree, and this distance is suppose 0.1 meter, and I am having one more bracket here, and this bracket point of application here, and the line of application of force is this, and magnitude is 1.2 kilonewton. And here the same angle we are considering like 3 and 4, and here I am also applying the moment in the anticlockwise direction. It is 500 Newton meter. And now the distance, let's say the same distance, here we are having 1.5 meter, and here we are having the 1.5 meter. And if we talk about this distance, and suppose it is 0.15 meter, so it's a different problem from the previous problem. All other things are same, but here I am considering the depth also, and now I am interested in the various things like Rax, Ray, and M. So here there are three unknowns, and for 2D equilibrium problems we are having three equations. So basically we have to use all the three equations for solving this problem. So we know the theta angle here by the previous problem, it will come around 36.87 degree. Or here easily we can calculate here. Theta is nothing but tan inverse of 3 by 4, and if you calculate this thing, it will come around 36.87 degree. So first equation, that is algebraic summation of all the horizontal forces or forces in the x direction is 0, and I am just defining my coordinate axis. This one is x, this one is y, this is positive, this is negative, here it is again positive, and here it is negative. So now at a point we can easily define the things. Here we are having Rax, here we are having Ray, and suppose I am considering the moment M. So we have to find out Rx, Ray, and M. So from first equation, the direction of Rax in the horizontal direction is in positive x, so positive. The component of 2 kilonewton in x direction is nothing but 2 cos 70, it is in positive direction. Similarly, the component of 1.2 kilonewton in x direction is nothing but cos 36.87, it is in positive direction. So these plus signs are coming, equals to 0. So Rax will be minus 2 cos 70 minus 1.2 into cos 36.87. So Rax will be, if we calculate 2 into cos 70, it will come around minus 0.68, and if we calculate 1.2 into cos 36.87, then it will come around 0.96, and if we add it, then our value will come around 1.64. So it is coming negative, and the unit will be kilonewton. So negative sign is saying it is acting in the negative x direction. So question number 2, algebraic summation of now consider the condition number 2, algebraic summation of all vertical forces should be 0. So in vertical direction we are having the Ray. So Ray, it is in vertically upward direction, so positive. The component of 2 kilonewton in y direction is 2 sine 70, it is in upward direction, so positive. And the component of 1.2 in y direction, it is 1.2 into sine 36.87 degree, it is in downward direction, so it is negative, equals to 0. So Ray will be 1.2 sine of 36.87 minus 2 sine 70. So it will be RAY equals to, if we calculate 1.2 into sine 36.87, 1.2 into sine 36.87, so it will come around 0.72. And if we talk about this 2 into sine 70, so it will come around 1.88. So if we calculate this thing, then we will get a value of 1.16. So minus 1.16 Newton, kilonewton, we will get the value of RAY, and negative sign shows it is in minus y direction. So similarly, we can apply the condition number 3, that is algebraic summation of moments of all the force about A should be 0. So if we see the moment at A due to RAX and RAY will be 0 because the perpendicular distance is 0, and moment here already moment is applied M, it is in clockwise direction, so positive. So moment due to component of 2 kilonewton in horizontal direction, it will be 2 cos 70 into perpendicular distance is 0.15, and it is in clockwise direction, so positive. Similarly, if we take the vertical component, that is 2 sine 70, perpendicular distance is 2, it is anti-clockwise direction, so negative. It is in anti-clockwise direction, so it's negative. Then the component of 1.2 in horizontal direction, it is 36.87 and the perpendicular distance is 0.15, and it is in anti-clockwise direction, so it is negative. Similarly, for vertical component, that is 1.2 into cos into sine 36.87 into 1.5, it is in clockwise direction, so positive, and moment it is again in clockwise direction, so that is 0.5 kilonewton meter should be equals to 0. And if we recalculate it, M equals to minus 2 cos 70 into 0.15 plus 2 sine 70 into 2 plus 1.2 cos 36.87 into 0.15 minus of 1.2 into sine 36.87 into 1.5 minus 0.5. So by this way we can easily calculate the value of M. So here 2 cos 70 into 0.15, it will come around 0.103. Similarly, for 2 sine 70 into 2, it will come around 3.76. Similarly, for 1.2 into cos 36.87 into 0.15, it will come around 0.14. Similarly, for 1.2 into sine 36.87 into 1.5, it will come around 1.08 minus 0.5. So if we recalculate all these things, 1.08 plus, if we recalculate this thing, so point, recalculate this thing like minus 0.103 plus 3.76 plus 0.14 minus of 1.08 and minus of 0.5, so we will get value of M 2.217. So it will come positive, so it means it is in clockwise direction. So by this way we can easily calculate the value of M.